Hello friends, welcome to iExamB. I'm Satakshi, your English faculty at iExamB, and in this video we'll discuss some difficult new pattern questions of sentence improvement. Friends, this is very much known that in SBI PO exam, especially in mains, we get very difficult questions of English. So here the level is difficult and as per what comes in SBI PO mains. So if you want to know and practice these new pattern questions of sentence improvement, then you must watch this video till the end. Let's see the questions now. So this is a pattern. In these type of questions, you are given a sentence and it is divided in parts A, B, C. And certain replacement for each part is given and you have to choose whether part A has error and needs to be replaced or part B or part C. If any of the part has error but the correct replacement hasn't been given below, you have to choose the option none of these. If none of the parts contains error, then you have to choose option number 5, no correction required. So now here the question says the escalation of violence in Myanmar as authorities crack down on protests against the February 1 coup is rising pressure for more sanctions against the junta even as countries struggle over how to best sway military leaders inured to global condemnation. So here the question says the escalation of violence in Myanmar as authorities crack down on protest. So what does crack down means? Crack down is a phrasal verb which means to restrict or to put limit on something. So with crack down, on is used. So part A is correct. It does not need to be replaced. Then moving on to part B, against the February 1 coup is rising pressure for more sanction against the junta. So here rising is used and in the option in part B as a replacement, raising has been given. So now rising comes when we talk about upward movement like sun rises, smoke rises, and rise generally comes with itself, like smoke is rising by itself, right? Sun is rising by itself. And when raising is used, it comes when we are lifting something upwards or when we are increasing something, we are raising or lifting something. So if pressure was rising itself, then pressure is rising is the correct usage. But here the escalation is raising this pressure. Okay, so raising is the correct usage here. So part B is incorrect here and this is actually the correct replacement for B. Now let's check C. Even as countries struggle over how to best sway military leaders inured to global condemnation, this is also correct grammar and contextual usage. So C is also correct. So now the option will be option number 2, part B needs to be replaced. Now let's see another part. India has expressed concerns for China over India's 4 planned dams on the upper and middle reaches, though Indian officials have said the dams are not likely to greatly impact the quantity of the Brahmaputra flows in India because they are only storing water for power generation and the Brahmaputra is not entirely dependent on upstream flows with an estimated 35% of its basin in India. Now here, when we read this sentence, we know that this is kind of a dialogue that is going on and India has expressed its concerns. Now for China is incorrect because the talk is going on. So India has expressed concerns to China. So part A is incorrect and part A replacement which says India has expressed concerns to China over China so and so is correct usage, right? So moving on to part B, the dams are not likely to greatly impact the quantity of Brahmaputra flows in India because they are only storing water for power generation. This is also correct, right? And so is part C. And the Brahmaputra is not entirely dependent on upstream flows with an estimated 35% of its basin in India. So only part A needs to be replaced. So correct option is option 1, part A. So here this question says there is zero subtlety in how any of these is conveyed. Now the moment we read this, it is written any of these is conveyed. If here these is written, it should be are, right? Or if is correct, then this should be this. So either this is the correct usage or these are. So we'll see if any of these is given here in the replacement. there is zero subtlety in how any of this is conveyed. So this is the correct combination. So part A can be replaced with the option given here. It serves as a timely reminder of the plural and occasionally subaltern dramas who have always lived beyond the grasp of hegemonic beliefs. So part B also, there's no error in part B. When we read the sentence, we find that. And also in part C, this is also correct, who have always lived beyond the grasp of hegemonic beliefs. So part A is only which is wrong and needs to be replaced. Okay, now this sentence says, with the Indian delegation has made public some of their intervention. Now, with the Indian, with along with has made, this does not make sense. This is not the correct usage. So here instead of with, either while should come, although, words like this should come. So while the Indian delegation has made public some of their intervention, and replacement of part A has been given, while the Indian delegation has made public some of their intervention. This is correct usage. India's long-term strategic thinking on core issues of debate at these fora remains relatively unknown, barring a few statements by public officials. So part B and C do not contain any error. They are grammatically and contextually right. So only part A is incorrect and this is the correct replacement. So option 1 is the correct option. So while promising initiatives are in place, industry experts feel the need for a body in measure the effectiveness. Now when we read this sentence, we know there is something wrong here. So it says, while promising initiatives are in place, while promising initiatives are at place, no, in is correct, right? Industry experts feel the need for a body in measure to measure the effectiveness. So here it should be to measure the effectiveness. So here in the options 2 has not been given, right? So B is here incorrect, but here B is not the correct replacement, right? We don't need to replace A, we need to replace B, but it is not given in the option, right? Now, of government spending on incubation and skill development centers. So part A and C are correct, part B is incorrect, but here in the options as a replacement, part B is not given correctly, right? The alternative for part B has not been given correctly. So here option number 4 means none of A, B and C can replace this, the incorrect part. So option number 4 is the correct answer here. Friends, this is how we take up these questions of sentence improvement that come in your prelims or main exams of banking or insurance. You will get a hold of it once you practice more such questions. Friends, as you know, all mocks at iExamB are free. So you must visit iexamb.com to practice more such new pattern questions. Also, if you need guidance for your upcoming SBI PO mains exam, you can subscribe to our course where you get complete guidance and you learn more tricks and ways to solve all these high-level difficult questions. If you found this video informative, please like and share this video. You can leave your feedback in the comment section below.